My time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving. We making movies, moving. I get the chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am unbothered. I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. This defense for the Packers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run with Sanders. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a really nice job of them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And this is caught inside the 5. That all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. That'll be complete to Alan Lazard. And able to get this one across the 45. He's brought down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down. The Packers had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Rodgers with this one into the hands of Watson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
26.
Rodgers going to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll go with Jones. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's Carter on the read option. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera-Tucker. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, Charles, he was looking for just a short throw. Kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick-6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets will take over here at their own 14-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Great stop by Devontae Wyatt, breaking through the line and stopping it cold. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll fake the give to Sanders. Now Hurts. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Kenny Clark. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's the Jets punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. This pass complete to Melton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Let's go now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Steps away. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Rodgers now to throw. Hauled in on the out route by Melton. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Hurts. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
This is taken at about the 14. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and this is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Continued struggles here in the 2nd quarter, and to me, you can pin a lot of them on an inability to convert 3rd downs. Add that most recent incompletion to the list of examples.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here.
19, pioneer. 70,
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded right around the 8. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over. 13-yard line in the red zone.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Up the middle, Jones. The limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And now here is another interception. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
The tackle there by Chris Barnes.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Hurts fumbles it.
And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jalen Hurts with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Jets use the short field to get in for 6.
Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to go up top again. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Hey, 88.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Garrett Wilson, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Fourth down.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on fourth down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on fourth down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Solid stiff arm.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So first and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. And now here is another interception.
And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, 38 yards. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. And here's Jones again on second down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's able to find Melton. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Rodgers trying to lay one up deep. And my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets will take over possession here up at the 44. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because it really...
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check. Stop all 18.
Throwing is Hurts. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
19 right.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Davis with it left side.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And he missed it again. The fourth time now in this game alone, and that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And now here is another interception. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. The Sanders has got it complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual...
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game.
That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
On play action, now Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last.
Jones hit and the ball's out. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. Now a first down carry by Jones.
He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets.